I bought these jeans online, but after I put them on I saw that the legs are very wide for me. In today's video I will show you how to alter them so they fit me better. First, let's look at the seams to see how it would be easier to alter the legs. This is the inseam, and as you can see there is a top stitch along the leg. It's harder to do on a regular machine, so I will look at the other seam. The straight seam is on the inside and it will be easier to alter the legs using this seam. First, turn the jeans inside out and fold them in half as shown in the video. Make sure the pants lay completely flat. You have to get rid of all wrinkles, so take your time at this stage. You can even iron the legs so the fabric stays nice and flat. Lay the second leg over the first one, align them and make sure there are no wrinkles on the fabric. One way to alter the legs is to put the jeans on with the right side facing inside, pinch the excess fabric and insert pins along the leg. In the video I will use a much easier way by laying a second pair that fits me well. To do that relatively well I will try to match the crotch area and the inseams of the legs. Once again make sure the fabric stays flat and there are no wrinkles. Now look at the seam on the pair that fits you. I will fold the edge and mark where the seam is going. Then using a sewing gauge it's easier to make marks at the same distance along the existing seam. To make the new seam invisible you have to start with a gradual curve. The smoother the curve, the better the result will be. By the way, I'm using an OCD pen. I figured out that the one I have comes off after washing the pants in the washing machine. Now I have to make the same curve on the other leg. This can be done very easily using some pins. Make sure both legs are aligned well and place several pins exactly where the marked curve is. Have you ever tried altering your own clothes? Now rotate the pants. Using the sewing gauge, make a mark where the curve will end. Align the French curve and draw a line along the center of the pins. If you don't have a French curve, you can use a plate. In that case, you have to work the curve in small sections and move the plate to adjust it. As you can see, the curve looks exactly the same on both legs. Now you can remove the pins. Use the sewing gauge and make marks along the leg for the straight part. Connect all the marks into a straight line. Now we have to partly rip off the seam of the hems. You need to rip off only that part to make it possible to sew along the marked line. You may press it with an iron so it stays in place. Mark the line to the end of the leg, then do the same on the other leg. Now make the seams. Start sewing on the existing seam, then follow the marked line. Don't forget to make a back tack at the beginning. Do the same to the other leg, then you can turn the pants and test them. At any point you can make a correction or revert the changes if you don't like how the pants will look. If you have to make the legs even tighter, you will have to take in from the inseam as well, or even fix the upper part of the jeans. In this video I will only correct the legs, and if the pants are too wide on my hips I will alter the upper part in one of my next videos. I'm happy with how the legs turned out, so now I have to cut the excess fabric. I will cut 1 centimeter away from the seam I made so it will look exactly as before the correction. Then I will cut the excess fabric on the other leg. If you find this video useful and want to help me, you can like it and leave me a comment below. I will appreciate your feedback. The fabric tends to fry, so you have to finish the edge. If you have a domestic sewing machine, you can use the zigzag or the overcast stitch. I have an overlock machine, so I will use it to finish the edges. If you can, use a matching color thread. If you have this particular overlock machine, you will understand why I'm not using a matching color. I was too lazy to change the spools since I will be the one who will wear these jeans. Now it should look like this. Use a mending needle to pull the end of the thread into the seam. You don't need to hide the threads at the bottom since the thread tail will remain hidden in the hem. Do the same with the other leg. Lastly, we have to sew the hem. This is where everything starts to come together. Most of it is still sewn, so if you pull the fabric sideways, it will get in the correct position. After you align the hem, press it with an iron so it stays in place. To make sure it will stay in place, you can use some clips or pins. Start sewing a few stitches before the end of the previous seam, then overlap several stitches from the beginning of the seam. Remove the clips as you go. And this is what the hem will look like. It's exactly like the original one. You can turn the pants with the right side facing you. As you can see, the new pants are exactly the same size as the green ones. This means they will fit me well. That's all for today. Have a nice day and see you next time.